Perfect. So welcome here, everybody. Really nice to see everybody and looking forward to getting to know each other a little bit here this evening. We'll be here for not too long, but we're here just to share a bit more about Regional Connections and some of the programs and services and different things that are here, and to hear from some of the staff directly. So whether you hear about things that are interesting or might be helpful for you or for other people you know, friends or family or coworkers, and then you can pass that information along, and that would be great, because there's really a whole range. There's a lot of different staff doing a lot of great things, working with a lot of great clients, and really for kind of the whole family. So lots of different things happening through Regional Connections, and that's what we just wanted to make sure everybody knows about and has heard about. So we're planning just to go till 8 here, just for about an hour. We'll keep it quick. As we go, if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat. There's a chat box, and we will keep an eye on that and answer some questions as we go. Like I said, some different staff will be sharing about the programs, so if you have any questions about those programs or activities, feel free to ask. So here's what we will go through here. Some quick, well, the staff will introduce themselves as we go. We'll kind of do introductions as we go along. And then you'll hear from some of our main programs: the settlement program, Swiss, Hippie, employment, language, childcare, and volunteer. Like I mentioned, you'll hear more about what each of those programs is and who they're for, and some of the new things that are coming up in them in the next few weeks. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And any more questions at the end, we'll have a few minutes at the end. So let's do it that way. So Regional Connections, we are the first point of contact for newcomers who come to the Pembina Valley or the Dauphin region. Recently, we've also started working in Churchill, and we can connect with clients in Churchill by phone or email or video call. And we are a local nonprofit organization. So a lot of our services are funded through the government, but we don't work directly for the government. We're a local nonprofit organization. We're a one-stop shop, which means we have a lot of different programs and services available all in one place, which is really important. People don't have to go all around town to different offices and different places to find these different things. There's so many different things you can find by coming to one place at Regional Connections. And we can also help you connect to some of the other things that are in town, some of the other programs, services, jobs, schools, things like that. We'll make sure you know about those as well. Our programs at Regional Connections go back to the 1980s, the earliest ones, so they've been around for quite a while. Some of the programs are newer. Some of the programs have been around for about 30 years. We have qualified and professional staff who are ready to work with you. We're very flexible. We're always growing and working to see what the needs are today and how we can help our clients be successful. So there's a few places to find us. We have 4 offices that you may know about in Altona, Dauphin, Morden, and Winkler. If you live in those towns or near them, feel free to contact us or to stop by. If you have any questions or want to, take part in a program or anything like that, our information is here, and also, of course, on our website at regionalconnections.ca. And a little more recently in the last year, we've started working also in Carmen 1 day a week on Tuesdays at the town office in Carmen, and you can find us there. Also in Morris every 2nd Tuesday, that's the schedule. So we're not there today, we'll be there next week and every other week. And that's at the Stampede Grounds in Morris. People can come by there in person. And I mentioned Churchill. Anyone in Churchill contacts our Dauphin office and can get help from there. And of course, online, there's lots of places to keep up with all this different information, the activities and things that are happening. You'll hear about some of them tonight, but also in the future, good places to keep up with what's happening. Regionalconnections.ca, we have a calendar and we put everything in the calendar there. So you'll see all of the events and announcements and everything there. We have Facebook pages that you can follow if you use Facebook, and Instagram for employment. Look for us on LinkedIn, and we have a few videos if you look for us on YouTube also. You can find us there. And another really good way to stay up to date and hear this kind of information in the future after tonight is our monthly email newsletter. And so you may get that already if you came to Regional Connections and a settlement worker signed you up for that, but you can sign up for that anytime. Call our office or email info@regionalconnections.ca. And that's going to be a really good way to keep getting news and updates in the future. So like I mentioned, we want to just introduce you to some of the programs and some of the staff who work with those programs. And we'll start with our settlement services and our settlement program coordinator, Alessia.
Hi, everyone. Right, my name is Alessia Schwab-Bauer, and I am the Settlement and Integration Coordinator at Regional Connections. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about what we're doing, and yeah. So the newcomer clients at Regional Connections all start with their settlement program. As soon as you move here, you can come to Regional Connections to see a settlement worker. We will do a needs assessment with you, talk about your goals, and make a settlement plan. We can help you with government documents like getting your social insurance number or Manitoba health card. We can help you learn about the way things work in Canada, how to buy a house, income taxes, legal systems, and much, much more. We will also help you find resources and programs in the community, like community centers, parent-child programs, and food banks. One of the most important things we do is connect you to other programs and services at Regional Connections. Based on your settlement plan, you will find out about our employment, language, volunteer, and settlement programs. A settlement worker can also help you with interpretation or translation when you need it. And we can help advocate for you and problem solve if you run into a difficult or confusing situation working with Canadian culture and Canadian system. We're always up to date about changes related to successful settlement to Canada. We inform our clients about any changes and make sure everyone is aware. For example, you need to update your information if you are on temporary visa or planning to apply for a permanent residency, or if you are a permanent resident planning to apply for Canadian citizenship. We can help you plan and make sure you have all the right information to take the next step in your life in Canada. Most of all, we're here to help with whatever comes up. If you need help, you just contact us and we will help you or connect you to the right person or program who can help you. We have to have a great research, quick acting skills, and passion for what we do. You can make an appointment, see a settlement worker by calling or coming to any Regional Connections office. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Alessia. And like she mentioned, there's always good information and information coming up if you check those websites, Facebook page, e-newsletter. Income tax season is coming, so there's some income tax sessions coming up, and those kind of things are happening all the time. Thanks so much. Next, for the HIPPY program, Alicia is our HIPPY coordinator and will explain what HIPPY means.
But before we do that, I do have a poll to share. So Steve talked a little bit about our history, our regional connections. So I do have a fun question to ask everyone, and we can take a few seconds here to answer that. So if you do see it on your screen, feel free to take a moment and guess. The question is, how many years has Regional Connections been in the Pembina Valley region? All right, we'll give it a couple more seconds here. I see some more answers coming in. All right. Can you see the results there, Steve?
Yes. A bit of a trick question.
It is a bit of a trick question. You want to elaborate a little bit?
Sure. Our oldest programs are over 30 years old. Some of our language programs go back to the 1980s. So that's the answer I would pick. But some of our programs are newer too. So maybe if you're thinking of some of the newer ones, there are ones that have started in the last 10 or 15 years also. And Regional Connections as a name or organization is even newer as an organization. But the programs that we run and the work we've been doing goes back over 30 years.
Great. All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Alicia Hildebrand. I am the HIPPY program coordinator here. Something fun and interesting about myself is I have lived in Winkler for 20 years now. I did originally grow up in Steinbach, but I did move over Yon-Seed. It's a Mennonite joke that we moved over to the Red River in Morris. And that's always a fun Mennonite joke. And so I've been loving Winkler, and I've called it my home for a very long time. And I have a husband and 2 kids at home. And so this is kind of in my place. So yeah, with HIPPY, HIPPY stands for Home Instruction for Parents of Preschool Youngsters. So what we do is we provide home support to newcomer mothers who may not be able to have access to community supports due to a variety of barriers, such as language, transportation, and more. We bring in trained home visitors to deliver a one-on-one role play with mothers so that they can learn and develop valuable skills their preschool child needs to be ready for kindergarten. We also work with the mother in providing opportunities to integrate into their community through family resource centers, public health, and other family events and activities in their community. HIPPY is a 3-year program geared towards mothers with children ages 3 to 5 years old. Each year is a 30-week curriculum and monthly group meetings that help connect mothers with other mothers and children in the HIPPY program. So how does HIPPY work? I think there's a second slide here, Steve. Do you want to jump over? So HIPPY is the HIPPY program, the HIPPY home visitor visits a client once a week, 1 hour a week, and visits can either be done in person or virtual, so whatever you're comfortable with. As mentioned, the one-on-one support helps mothers understand their child's development and how the activities help promote learning and bonding in the home. The mother can then practice these activities with their child throughout the week. Extension activities such as quality books and toys are also available to use to encourage these skills even more. At least once a month, we bring the moms and kids together for a fun group event. We might hear from a community speaker about parenting or local programs for kids and families. We might do a craft and have a snack together. But most of all, we provide an opportunity for moms who are isolated at home to get out and meet other moms and kids, also to meet each other. We have childcare and transportation supports available once a month for these group meetings. So if you would like to learn more, you can contact me, Alicia at regionalconnections.ca. I'll put my contact information in the chat. If you or yourself knows, or if you know someone that might be interested in HIPPY, please feel free to contact me. Thanks.
Great. Thanks so much, Alicia. And your great introduction made me notice that I totally missed my notes for my own introduction. I didn't introduce myself. So I'm Steve Reynolds, and I'm the Executive Director here at Regional Connections. And I've been here since 2007. I started out teaching English with the language program and have been the Executive Director the last about 3.5 years now. And I don't know what's interesting about me. I enjoy sushi. I lived in Japan for 2 years. That was a lot of fun. Now I live near Plum Coulee about 10 kilometers east of Winkler. So that's a little bit about myself. Thanks again, Alicia. And lots of great successes with Hippie, and we're hoping to be able to enroll some more clients in the next little while as well. So if you're interested or want to know more, like she said, please reach out to her or call in the office. And next to talk about the Swiss program is Alan Jones, who is our Swiss coordinator.
Thanks, Steve. Hi, everybody. Yeah, I'm Alan Jones. I'm the Settlement Worker in Schools Coordinator for Regional Connections. My interesting fact, I've only been with Regional Connections for just over a year, but my wife and I have called the Pembina Valley home for a long time. We moved here in 1988 from Winnipeg, so not a long journey, but we did relocate here. And I spent over 30 years working in schools in the area, and have worked with kids from grade 4 all the way up to age 21. And so the Settlement Worker in Schools program, which we call Swiss, we have connections with all of the school divisions that are in the area. And so we work with Borderland School Division in Altona, Western School Division in Morden, Garden Valley School Division in Winkler, and Mountain View School Division in Dauphin. And the Swiss workers help newcomer children, youth, and their families become successful with our Canadian school system. So we specifically help children and youth get started in their new schools. So when you would move into the community, settlement worker that you would see as part of your intake would help introduce you to our Swiss workers if you have children that are school age. So really from 5 all the way up to 17 or 18 if they're in grade 12. And we would meet with you and do an assessment as well with you and your family, specifically about your children. And we just, from there, help you get registered into the school with all of the school paperwork. And we can help take you to the schools, introduce you to the staff, and arrange for a tour of the school so that you start to get settled in and see where your children are going to go to school every day. We also help parents of the newcomers, students to learn and become part of their school community. Parents are very encouraged in Manitoba to become part of the school and to get involved with what's happening at the school. There are lots of opportunities for parents to connect with the school while their children are there, and to share information or participate in some way. There's committees or just activities that are happening at the school. And we help you to just understand the Manitoba school system. It's broken down really in early years, which are from kindergarten to grade 4, middle years, which is grade 5 to 8, and senior years from grade 9 to 12. With the parents' permission, of course, we do form partnerships with you and the schools, and the schools can call us on your behalf if they're just trying to connect with you and help you understand the school system, or if you would need some help with translation services and they're just having some difficulty connecting, then they can call us, we can connect with you and just help make sure that everything goes smoothly. We also do help the children and youth to meet new friends and to become friends with other newcomer children and youth, as well as non-newcomer children and youth. And we do that by planning some activities where the children will learn by having some fun experiences through some crafts or games. Cooking is always a popular thing. Everyone likes to eat. So we do try to do those sorts of things to just help them get to know each other and learn about some Canadian activities. There's another slide there, Steve, thank you. So just a picture, a couple of pictures of like one is a typical classroom. There we are. The one on the left would just be a kind of a typical earlier years classroom, just wanting people to understand that children are encouraged to work in groups, often around a table with an adult, teacher, educational assistant, sometimes a parent volunteer, which is another way that parents can just get involved with the school. And the other picture is just a high school classroom showing there's a band. There's lots of options available for high school students for them to take classes in areas that they have a particular interest. And we do try to focus on what's happening in the schools to just supplement for the children as well. And so, for example, right now, February is I Love to Read Month. So a lot of work being done to promote reading and sharing reading with others. Also an important time right now is kindergarten registration. If you happen to have a child that is 5 or will be 5 shortly, then we would help get them set up in kindergarten. Or if you have a child that is turning, well, 13, I guess, depends, but if they're heading off into high school in grade 9, then that's an important time as well, and we can help get them settled into high school and help you understand the high school system. So that's just a little bit about Swiss and a little bit about the schools. So if you have any other questions when we get toward the end, or put them in the chat, that would be great. Or just stop by one of our offices and we would be happy to help. Thank you.
Great. Thanks so much, Al. And it's amazing how, as you know, probably if you're here, how different school systems can be in different countries and how differently things can run and how different it is for the families to be involved. So it's really great having the Swiss program helping people get connected and get settled and their kids be successful at schools. And next up for the employment program is our employment coordinator, Adeliki.
Thank you, Steve. Good evening, everyone. My name is Adeliki Dada, and I'm the employment coordinator for the employment program at Regional Connection. And basically, we have office locations in Winkler, Morden, Altoona, and Dauphin. And we also we support people in every part of the Pembina Valley area. So you could also reach out to us, even if you don't live in any of these locations. I will be more than willing to support you. So talking about something interesting about me, I think I like to travel a lot. Every opportunity I get, so that's just something I like to do for fun. So talking about the employment in my Regional Connection, we always work to improve services we offer locals and newcomers in the Pembina Valley area and Dauphin. We in the employment team, we support everyone in the community, both newcomers and also people born in Canada. I'm just going to list out some of the activities and our functions. So we have one-on-one support for people trying to build their resume, cover letter, also trying to apply for jobs or even prepping for interviews, or are just trying to build up their interview skills. We also have intakes with our clients to go over, the job search. Sometimes we understand that some people find it challenging to be able to look for jobs. So we're always available in the employment team to support you in your journey to look for the job that would, potentially make you happy. We also have a lot of information sessions. We do fun stuff like workplace culture. We understand not everyone is from the community originally, and sometimes coming to a new country or a new community, the dynamics in the workspace can be different. And we like to share our experiences. And sometimes these events are very fun because we bring in human resource managers from different organizations to talk about expectations in the Canadian workforce. We also support with EIA, and educational funding options. That's if you're looking for a scholarship or you want to navigate around how you can get funding to go to school or maybe pick up a trade, please reach out to us. We also have employment facilitators and staff members who could also help you with your job or with career planning and counseling. Sometimes we can share information about success stories with you, and that might be relevant to your journey. So please, if you're kind of confused or you're not sure what you want to do, it won't hurt to just reach out to us, book an appointment, and we can have these conversations. In our premises, we also have computers and internet access for people to come and do their job search, and also maybe print out your resume. So if you don't have like a printer at home and you really need it, please just feel free to reach out to us, and we're always available to support you during our office hours. Organizing job fairs is kind of something we try to include in our activities. Right now, we try to have a job fair every quarter, and excitingly, we're having one in March. So I'll talk about that towards the end of this conversation. And we kind of partner with employers in the community, and it's been very helpful for people in the past. Some employers have been able to hire people within a few days or even on the spot at our events in the past. We also support foreign trained professionals who want to get their credentials recognized or in the process, like licensing information. And we also have a mentorship and matching program. So we kind of connect people in the community with newcomers or people in the same career path, which could be very helpful in your journey as an individual. Job referrals is part of what we do. We also work closely with, as I mentioned earlier, we work closely with local employers, and often we kind of get information firsthand from them on jobs, available positions and type of jobs, and also tell us sometimes the skills they are looking for. So it's sometimes if you reach out to us, we might be able to tell you a handful of employers that are employing, and it might be really helpful for you. We also have staff that could serve you in various locations. Right now, Winkler, Altoona, and Modern. Well, if you don't live in any of those locations, we are also available to accommodate you and create time to also meet up with you, or even have like a Zoom conversation or Zoom intake. So feel free to reach out to the employment team. I'll also drop the employment email on the chat box, so you could also reach out to us at your own convenience. Some events we are going to have in the next few weeks are on the 24th of February. We're going to have the Workers' Compensation Board of Manitoba. That's on the 24th from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's a 1-hour session, and we're happy to have staff present. And it's also an opportunity to share your experiences and also ask questions that could support you better in the workspace. On the 3rd of March, we have a job fair. It's an online job fair. Right now, we have 19 employers who have signed up for the event. So please feel free to send us an email if you're interested in being part of the job fair on the 3rd of March. And we have 2 sessions in the morning, 9 a.m. It should run for about 4 hours. And we have the afternoon session from 2 p.m. to about 6 p.m. And if you don't live in the Pembina Valley area, or you live in Manitoba or anywhere in Canada, and you're considering making the Pembina Valley area home, please, you can attend the job fair. It's an online job fair. So feel free to register. We'll be happy to have you. And I think that wraps up my conversation on the employment. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Great. Thanks so much, Adeleke. And next for language, our language program people are actually in classes or on vacation this evening. So Alicia is going to share a video from them. I'll stop sharing this, Alicia, and then you should be able to play that video.
Can you see it, Steve? Is that good?
Not your screen yet. I just see you.
Okay.
There it is.
All right. Make sure I have sound. Perfect.
Hello there. My name is Jamie Friesen Pankratz, and I'm an instructor and the head teacher here at Regional Connections. I teach classes in Winkler and in Altoona, and my head teacher role, where I support other teachers, takes place here in the Winkler office. One fun or interesting fact about me is that I own a donkey together with my family, and his name is Gary. The Regional Connections language program has many different options for learning English at all levels, from beginner to advanced. Classes are available in person or online. Your first appointment with us will be with our learning coach, who will talk about your English learning needs and goals, your schedule, if you need childcare, if you like learning in person or online, and more. Then we can schedule a placement test for you. Regional Connections is one of only 3 organizations in Manitoba that can do Canadian language benchmark placement tests for starting government-funded English classes. Based on your learning plan and your placement test, we'll help you find the best class for you. Regional Connections offers LINK classes. LINK stands for Language Instruction for Newcomers to Canada, Workplace Language Training, and Adult Literacy Programming. Our LINK programming offers language classes ranging from pre-CLB 1 all the way to CLB 8. Students in these classes work on learner portfolios and can get LINK certificates, which is an official document that can be used as proof of language for things like a Canadian citizenship application. For those students who need language supports to help them in their work, Regional Connections also offers workplace language training classes. These classes are offered at a CLB 5+, and some examples are Advanced Pronunciation and Canadian Culture, English for Internationally Educated Teachers, IELTS Test Preparation classes, Advanced Speaking and Listening class, and Advanced English for Healthcare Workers. We also partner with local businesses to offer English classes at the workplace, with classes that are created to help workers communicate better with their supervisors and coworkers. These classes are held at local companies on site during or after the workday. Many people come to our language classes because they need help with their reading and writing skills specifically and want to work towards getting high school English credits. Regional Connections offers Manitoba adult literacy classes that are open to Canadian citizens and newcomers who want to improve in these areas. We have classes in the morning, afternoons, evenings, and online, and free childcare is available in our Altona, Winkler, and Morden centers. New students can sign up anytime. Just contact one of our offices to ask about English classes and we'll get you started.
Great. So like Jamie mentioned there, English classes are running all the time, so give us a call anytime. And there's the whole range, whether people are beginner and just starting out or very advanced and working more on pronunciation and professional skills and things like that. There's a full range of classes available at all different times. So please check in with us if you're interested or know anybody who might be interested. And then we're going to run another poll, another quiz now. Here's a question to guess. What's your best guess? How many languages in total do Regional Connection staff speak? Between all the staff together, how many languages do you think there are on staff? Give you just a few more seconds to get an answer in there.
Yeah, they're still coming in, so.
All right. It's another close one. 50-50. The correct answer right now, and this can change as people learn more languages as we build on our team. Right now it is 18. There's 18 different languages that staff at Regional Connections can speak. So if you know anybody who needs help with interpretation or translation, or even for a phone call with the government or something like that, feel free to check in with us for help with that. Terrific. And then next up, as was mentioned there, with the English classes, there's an important and very fun childcare program at Regional Connections also. And I believe Kim is here to share about that. I will share the PowerPoint again.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kim Hanks, and I work at the Winkler site. And one fun or interesting fact about myself would be I've been with Regional Connections for about 8 years now. The Childcare Program at Regional Connections is available for clients at 3 of our locations, Morden, Winkler, and Altona. The Care for Newcomer CNC program allows clients with children to take daytime ESL and literacy classes by offering free on-site childcare for students while they're in class. As newcomers to Canada themselves, many children have little or no English, and in some cases have never been away from their parents. We understand leaving your child for a few hours can be difficult. However, our caring staff provide a warm and welcoming environment for the children as well as the parents. Communication with parents is very important to us, and we want parents to feel very comfortable dropping their children off with us each day. Our goal is to help practice their social skills by building friendships, to encourage them to learn English while playing with friends and staff, and to develop a routine similar to what school would be like in later years. I will always say that we are the happiest place to visit in the building. Often children who attend regularly are not ready to leave when their parents come to pick them up. We do have limited spaces available, but please feel free to contact Natalie, the coordinator, with any other questions or space inquiries. I will put Natalie's email in the comments. Thank you.
Great. Thanks so much, Kim. And she's right, all the fun noises come from the childcare area in the building, and everybody has a good time there. And it's a lot of fun to have them and to see the kids really enjoying themselves. And so it's a big help for parents who want to spend a few hours in English class regularly to have childcare right there. We also have a very important volunteer program that does a lot of different things, and our volunteer coordinator, Shepherd, is here to share a bit more about that.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. My name is Shepherd Chiwandiri, and I'm the volunteer facilitator here at Regional Connections. An interesting fact about me. I was a tour guide, a translator, and a cook for about 8+ years back in Zimbabwe. And I got an opportunity to travel most parts of Southern Africa and Middle Africa, mid Africa, and had a lot of encounters as well in the wild. If you'd like to know more about that, you probably have to come visit the office sometime. I'm just going to talk a little bit about the volunteer program. The volunteer program aims to help connect newcomers to our various volunteer programs to help them settle into and integrate into the Pemina Valley. We offer different volunteer opportunities within the organization and externally as well. So I'm just going to give you some of the volunteer programs that we do offer. Community mentor program. Local volunteers are paired with a newcomer and their family, if applicable, and share information about the community. They aim to build relationships and help newcomers in the early stages of settling into their community. So this takes probably a commitment of about a year. But sometimes we do find that some people might not need the whole year for that, but that's just the cap that we have. And then the next program that we do have is conversation groups. Newcomers and locals meet together in person or online and do different activities, from sharing information about living in Canada, cooking classes, practice conversations as well. This is a great way for people to connect. And just to add on top of that, we do have a men's conversation group that we started a little bit late last year. And we have that every other Friday. We just had our last one in Winkler last week, Friday. This is where we just come together as men and just have conversation, build connection and relationships as well. And then we have events. Here we connect volunteers to various local events such as our Harvest Festival, Culture Fest, Sunflower Festival. We also connect volunteers to external organizations who are in need of volunteers as well. Classroom assistant. At Regional Connections, we offer English classes to newcomers who are wanting to improve their English skills. Volunteers in this program will assist teachers and those participating in class. Some volunteers use this time to gain experience to one day teach in their own classes. And then we do have language buddies. Those who are wanting to continue to practice their English skills outside of the Regional Connections classroom can be paired with local volunteers who meet together in different settings. So you can either have coffee, you can plan on having coffee, you can plan on visiting each other's residence, you can have language buddies over supper or over a walk as well. The goal of Language Buddy is to help the client practice their English skills in an everyday setting. As a volunteer program, we are not limited to the above programs. We take each client's needs into consideration and try to help where we can. If you guys have any further questions about the volunteer program or would like to get involved, please contact myself or send me an email. I'll just attach that to the chats, or give us a call, give the office a call and book an appointment as well. Thank you very much.
Great. Thanks so much, Shepard. And I remember when I used to teach in an English class, a question I'd often get regularly from students who are newcomers was, where do I go to meet more people? If you're looking to meet people in town and make some friends or just get to know more people who also live in the community, volunteering is a really great way to do that. Whether you're volunteering at Regional Connections or through Shepard, he can help you connect, like you mentioned, to other places to volunteer around town and get involved. And that's a really, really good way to meet more people and get to know more people in the community that you're living in now. So we're getting near the end here, just a couple more minutes here, and then there have been some questions back and forth in chat and private chat as well, so that's excellent. And if there's any more at the end for us all together, we'll get to that in just a minute as we wrap up. There are a few more important support services, as well as all those regular programs you just heard about. So we do have a counselor on staff. Her name is Diana. She's fluent in English and Spanish and can connect with the staff member or an interpreter for other languages if needed. And she can provide support with mental health. And whether you just want to have a quick chat with her, it doesn't have to be like serious or anything like that. She's very friendly and welcoming and happy to talk to anybody. Both different parts of immigrating, of course, can at times be stressful. There's a lot of changes and a lot going on, a lot to deal with. And so maybe just talking about that or other things from life in general happen to anybody at any time. And if there are things with stress or anxiety or well-being that you would like to talk about, Diana is ready to talk about that, and you can contact her by calling or contacting any of our offices, and they will put you in touch with her. It was mentioned earlier, we can either provide or connect you with a volunteer or somebody else to provide interpretation or translation. So whether it's for an appointment or documents or things like that, where you need some help with languages, you can think of us for that. Transportation to the Hippie program, when it's running in person, we do have a little bit of ability if people can't drive and need to get a taxi or something to come to those Hippie group events. That's part of the program when it's running normally. Some of that has been different during COVID. And the childcare program is one of those support services that people can be in English classes regularly. And we do also have a notary public on staff, Alessia, who you heard from earlier. So if you ever have documents that need to be notarized for any of your applications or processes, you can contact Alessia and she's happy to schedule an appointment to notarize documents. And one other thing I just wanted to mention quickly, you may have heard of or seen these at Regional Connections or in the community. A couple different projects we run. The work is a little bit different than all those other services you heard about. The local immigration partnerships, one in the Pembina Valley called Pembina Valley Local Immigration Partnership, and one in Dauphin called Dauphin and Area Welcoming Communities Coalition. And those really work with local leaders. So the city councils and town councils and employers, business owners and managers, people at school divisions and government offices and community leaders, as well as newcomers and people who have moved to the community and immigrated to the community. Kind of bring everybody together and talk about how is immigration going for everybody in the whole community, in the workplaces, in the town, at the library, at the clinic or hospital, what's happening in town? Is it working for people? Are there things we need to make better or fix or change? And so it's really for the whole community, whole town, looking at everything and how to make it better and more communities more welcoming. So connecting newcomers and immigrants and your experience and your voice to those other people so they can hear what the experience is like and think about it and think about how to work together is really important. So there's lots of chances too to volunteer there. If you have any interest kind of in community and building a better community together, building a more welcome community together, and you like that kind of thing, you can also ask us about the local immigration partnerships. And if you volunteer with us there, you can be a big help helping to improve these communities that we're living in. And we want to thank our funders. I mentioned at the beginning, but we're supported some of our programs through the Government of Canada and some through the province of Manitoba. Some are locally supported and also with employers who we work with. And so lots of different places, and they make a lot of these programs and activities possible, and importantly, help to keep them free for clients, for people who need these programs and services. They will always be free for you, which is really important to us. So questions and answers. There's been some email addresses shared in the chat box. And again, you can check with any of our offices if you know our offices already, or go to our website and the phone numbers and email address and everything are on there. But anything else right now? Did anybody have any questions? Anything you'd like to ask about what you heard this evening? All right, that's all good. If there aren't any right now, there's that contact information. Like I mentioned, we've recorded this, so we will also email this to you. If you'd like to see it again or send it to somebody you know who would like to see it or watch it, please feel free to share it and send it. And as I mentioned earlier, to keep hearing more new things that are coming up, Adeliki talked about the job fair, different events. Check out our Facebook page or our website, and you can keep up to date with those things there all the time. But otherwise, that's it for this evening. So it was nice to see everybody, and thanks for joining us, and thanks for everybody who shared and for helping. And I hope the rest of your evening tonight is a good one.